Welcome everyone to Path to Progress in Longevity. It's really nice to see so many of you. Who here has been to a Foresight event before? Okay, you know a bit then. Who here has been to a Protocol Labs event before? Okay, also a few. Okay, so you know a little bit what these communities are about, but I wanted to just tell you a little bit about what these communities are doing, why we're collaborating, what LabWeek is, and what we will be doing today, because we have a very, very ambitious program. Let's call it that. Who here has seen the program doc, the collaboration doc? Okay, I'm going to walk you through it, but you should definitely be on it, because we want to hear from you. This is a workshop. It's not going to be talks only. All right, so a few words maybe about Protocol Labs. I'm not at Protocol Labs, I'm at Foresight, but I'll be representing them here as well until they arrive tomorrow. So Protocol Labs' mission is really driving breakthrough computing to push humanity forward. They have different interest areas. One is securing internet and establish digital human rights. The other one is upgrading economies and governance systems. And then the last one, developing safe VR, AR, AI, robotics, BCI, and whole brain emulation. That's WBE. So if you're into the whole brain emulation and BCI part, come tomorrow. But we've been collaborating with them quite a bunch, especially on the kind of last section over here. And we're really, really excited to be collaborating with them. This one is one of their kind of annual decentralized conferences. Has anyone been to LabWeek before? Okay, yeah, one person at least. Okay, so it's basically they're doing these decentralized conferences all over the place. And this is one of them in San Francisco. There's others throughout the rest of the year. So if you're interested in them, totally go to it. There was Vitalia just now that also many of them joined. So I think it's really wonderful how many of the kind of network statey pop-up cities, pop-up events are happening. This is the entire LabWeek schedule. If you're interested in any of the other events, feel free to check it out. There's lots of these different events also on the collaboration docs, and this is how you can join them. I'll show this again later when we're closing. But that's just a little bit about Protocol Labs and about the collaboration. Now, a few words to Foresight. This is my hat now. We've existed since 1986, so longer than I've been around. And since then, people have been pretty ambitious at driving science and technology forward. And we mostly focus on areas that are perhaps undervalued, that are perhaps too interdisciplinary for legacy funders and institutions to support. So we have focused since the beginning on molecular nanotechnology, which will be a later workshop, on biotech, especially longevity biotechnology, neurotechnology, computation, and space. And so in all of these areas, we have different programs like fellowships, prizes, workshops, meetups like this, you name it. So we're trying to really kind of use a bunch of mechanisms to drive these fields forward. Now, this is a little bit about us. I can talk about that ad nauseum, but that's not why we're here. We're here because we want to talk about Path to Progress and Longevity Biotech. If you're interested in any of the other events, feel free to join them. They're really filling up. So if you're interested in the other scientific areas as well, the next one is tomorrow on neurotech. Then we have one on molecular nanotech. Then the 15th will be on cryptography, security, and AI. And then we'll have one on space. And so these are very, very kind of mini workshop series of the technical workshops that we usually do that are 2 days long. We have them in each of these different areas. The longevity one is coming up in July. But we just want to give you kind of a peek into kind of the field. And for those of you that are working more on kind of R&D technologies, it's great for you to learn about longevity. For those of you who know a lot about longevity, then it's really great for you to learn about some new R&D technologies that could drive these fields forward. That's why we're here. Now let's get into it. This is the crazy collaboration document. If you haven't seen it yet, please open up this link here, foresight.pub/longevity labweek, because that will be the document that you'll all be collaborating on. I'll give you a moment for that, and then I'll walk you through what we're going to do today. Let's see how many faces are popping up here. The Wi-Fi password's also on here. Should be all here. Embassy Network, Indeed, Cloud Domains. So this is the link that leads you to this collaboration doc. So we're here really because many people here care about longevity. Many people care about new R&D mechanisms. Are there novel ones that we can come up with that are not currently being used for undervalued areas in longevity? And if so, how can we use them to support the field? If you're over there in the back, feel free to come in the front if you want to. Obviously, no pressure. And we have a few things going on for you. So this is the collaboration document link here, Wi-Fi password. If you want to join the Telegram group, which is throughout the entire LabWeek Path of Progress events, you can do so there. The workshop page, in case you should ever need it, is here. And the Path to Progress calendar that I just showed you of all the events is over here. You can find the full LabWeek schedule here. So you have all the links that you could possibly want all there, including speaker slides. OK, so we're going to do this in kind of like a few parts. In a minute, I'm going to ask you actually to fill out this document with a longevity path that you think is currently underexplored for impact in the field. We are then, if you want to, already like put in what is holding back progress in this field, like what could a better R&D plan for this field look like, and then what is currently holding progress back in the field, that would be here, and then what would a better R&D mechanism look like to actually make more progress on this. I've done this for you with the Gitcoin-funded Longevity Prize that I'll share a little bit more about that in a second, but that would be really great to hear from all of you, because we'll then have a few presentations to highlight a few areas of interest. They will be following really shortly. We're going to start with Aaron King on the longevity tree. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Longevity Prize as a funding mechanisms. We're going to hear from Amit over here on genetic medicine pathways for longevity, and then from Andrea on an aging background and collaborative approaches to standardizing biomarkers. And then Lan is going to talk a little bit about Athena DAO and learning from DAOs to really fund progress in that field. Now, after we've done that all, we're going to take the lessons learned and we're going to shortlist a few of the different pathways and R&D mechanisms that you want to be working on. So ideally, these kind of like different sections are filled out after that. I'll give you some more time to do that later for those of you who see it for the first time. Then we're going to kind of like downvote a few of them that you really, really want to focus on here in smaller groups. And then we're going to disperse around the house and you can really like chat with each other more about what could better R&D mechanisms for this field look like, why is it important, why is it interesting, what could we do to advance the field. Okay, that's quite ambitious for like a 3-hour workshop, I think, but I think we're going to get there. I should also note there's an introduction section on the doc. So for those of you who want to like continue collaborating with each other, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can introduce yourself over here, including links to your telegrams, including links to your work and so forth. So that's for all of you guys to better collaborate with each other. Okay, great. Any questions, comments so far? No? Okay, good. I think it's going to be pretty self-explanatory once we hit the road, which is what we're doing now. Aaron, do you want to start us up with the longevity tech tree? First presentation, down.